Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tickers.
Always good to be back.
Today we're doing a deep dive into Atmos Filtration Technologies and their Q3 2024 earnings call.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, their stock ticker ATMU is up almost 7% today.
Wow.
So there's definitely something going on here that we want to unpack.
Definitely some excitement around this one.
So we're going to break it down,
Right?
look for any surprises, and analyze what it all means
Awesome.
for the future of Atmos Filtration Technologies.
Let's do it.
So what really stood out to me
Okay.
is that Atmos is actually performing really well, even though the market that they're in
Right.
is facing some challenges.
Yeah, less freight hauling.
Yeah.
Means less need for truck filters.
Exactly. And new truck sales are down,
Yeah.
which is not exactly a great scenario,
Not ideal.
you would think,
Right.
but they actually beat analysts' expectations for both earnings per share and revenue.
That's impressive.
So that's definitely a really positive sign
Absolutely.
coming out of this earnings call.
Yeah, they brought in $404 million in sales this quarter,
Wow.
which is a 2% increase compared to last year.
Okay.
And their adjusted EBITDA margin came in at 19.6%.
Which is really good.
That's super healthy, especially considering those headwinds.
Yeah, how are they doing that?
All right.
I mean, they did mention a balanced approach
Yeah.
to capital allocation.
So there are a few key things they're focusing on.
Okay.
The first is investing in growth,
Okay.
both in their core business,
Mhm.
which is mainly filters for big trucks and heavy equipment,
Right.
but also expanding into the industrial filtration market.
So they're branching out.
Exactly. Think like air filters,
Okay.
liquid filters, water filters,
Interesting.
all kinds of things beyond just trucks.
Okay, so they're diversifying, which is
Yeah.
smart,
Definitely a good move.
but they're not leaving their shareholders in the dust.
Not at all. They're buying back shares.
Yeah.
They repurchased $10 million worth this quarter.
Wow.
And they're also maintaining a steady dividend, which is a nice bonus for investors.
Yeah, that's great.
It's classic offense and defense.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working.
It seems to be resonating with the market.
Absolutely.
So it's not just like they're defying gravity. There's like real strategy
For sure.
behind this success.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about their outlook for the future.
Okay.
What are they saying about the market conditions ahead?
Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest.
Oh.
The aftermarket, which
yeah.
is where they make most of their money right now,
Yeah.
is still pretty sluggish.
Uh,
Freight activity is down.
Right.
Off-highway markets like construction, mining, agriculture,
Uh-huh.
they're not exactly booming either.
So not great,
No.
but they are predicting 2% to 4% growth in the aftermarket.
Right.
So how are they going to do that
Yeah. How is that possible?
if the overall market is kind of shrinking?
Well, here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
They're banking on taking market share
Okay.
from their competitors
Gotcha.
and winning new business. Smart.
They're also benefiting from a little comparison game.
Uh-huh.
Last year, customers were stockpiling filters
Right.
due to all the supply chain issues.
Yeah, exactly.
So sales this year look better by comparison.
Okay. Yeah. So a little boost
Exactly.
from the year-over-year comparison.
Yeah.
All right. So now you said first fit market.
Yes.
What is that?
So first fit means
Okay.
Atmos filters are already installed in brand new trucks and equipment,
Okay.
straight from the factory.
Got it.
So it's that initial sale to the manufacturer?
So basically like how well they're doing with those big contracts.
Exactly.
What's their outlook for that?
Unfortunately, that's where things are a little less rosy.
Okay.
They're seeing weakness in heavy-duty truck sales,
Uh,
especially in the U.S. and India,
okay.
which is dragging down their first fit numbers.
Not great.
But even China,
Yeah.
which was supposed to be recovering,
Uh-huh.
is still struggling.
Some challenges ahead,
Definitely.
but they seem to have a plan. They mentioned a 4-pillar growth strategy.
They did. Yeah. What is that all about?
So first,
Okay.
they're focused on grabbing more of that first fit business.
Okay.
They're already leading when it comes to fuel filtration and crankcase ventilation technology.
Right.
So they're restructuring their teams
Yeah.
to go after new contracts even more aggressively.
Okay. Playing to their strengths.
Exactly.
Okay. What about the second pillar?
The second pillar is all about dominating the aftermarket,
Okay.
expanding partnerships,
Mhm.
using data and digital tools to find those opportunities,
Gotcha.
and just building on the market share they've already got.
So becoming like the Amazon.
That one of
Fan.
filters, the Amazon of filters. I like that.
Pillar number 3,
Yes,
transform the supply chain.
that's a big one.
What does that even mean?
So they're moving away from relying on Cummins,
Okay.
which is the company they were spun off from,
Right.
and they're building their own dedicated distribution network. They just opened a brand new warehouse in the UK
Yeah.
to boost availability and control.
So they're going independent.
Yeah, they're building their own fortress.
Interesting.
Plus, by cutting out the middleman,
Mhm.
they can improve their margins
Makes sense.
significantly.
So more independent and more efficient?
Exactly. It's very strategic.
Okay, so what is pillar number 4?
This one is all about the long game,
Right.
expanding into industrial filtration.
Mm-hmm.
This is where things could get really interesting.
Okay.
They're looking at acquisitions in air, liquid, and water filtration.
Wow. So like any industry that needs a filter,
Any industry that needs a filter,
they want to be there.
they want to be there, and they're even starting to develop their own new products in this space.
So they're not just dipping their toe in the water.
No, they are diving in headfirst.
They're going all in.
All in.
And speaking of independence,
Yes.
they're making real progress on separating fully from Cummins.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
80% complete with that process. Wow.
And they expect to hit 90% by the end of the year.
That's amazing.
This gives them more freedom and flexibility
Okay.
to really focus on their own growth
Great.
trajectory.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Let's shift gears
Okay.
and talk about the Q&A portion of the earnings call.
Sounds good.
What were the key questions analysts were asking?
Right.
And what insights did we get from Atmos's response?
Well, analysts were definitely impressed by Atmos's strong margin performance in Q3.
Okay.
They attributed it to operational efficiency,
Okay.
basically doing things better and smarter,
Gotcha.
and some adjustments to variable compensation.
Okay. Interesting.
That's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, for sure. I always like to know that behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, it's good context.
What else stood out to you?
Well, there was a lot of curiosity about their 2025 margin profile,
Yeah. Was that far off?
but Atmos was being a little cagey.
Okay.
They gave some hints,
Uh-huh.
but they're holding back on specific guidance until later, which is probably smart.
Yeah, better to be cautious than overpromise
For sure.
and underdeliver.
Exactly.
Right.
Any other interesting things from that Q&A?
It seems like the international market is tough all over.
Oh.
Even
well.
India, which was a bright spot for them previously,
Okay.
is experiencing a slowdown.
Yikes. Okay, so not great news there.
Not great news, but they're not giving up.
No.
They see automation
Right.
as a key to future margin improvement.
Makes sense.
They're building on the success of their fully automated green cartridge line in France,
Okay.
which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
And they're also actively looking at potential acquisitions,
Okay.
but they're being very disciplined
Good.
and rigorous in their approach,
Makes sense.
focused on profitable growth.
Right.
They want to make the right move, not just any move.
Yeah. Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's a lot of information.
It is.
Time for This Is Not Financial Advice,
All right, I love this part.
where we get to have a little fun.
Yeah.
Let's get creative.
And come up with an outrageous but plausible trade idea.
Let's do it. Hit me with it.
All right, so we've been digging into their industrial filtration ambition,
Right.
right? And they've hinted at acquisitions,
Mm-hmm.
but they've been quiet about specific targets.
Yeah, they're playing it close to the vest.
Exactly. So what if they just acquire somebody
Okay.
that's completely off the radar?
Ooh. I like where this is going.
Some hidden gem with crazy innovative filtration tech
Right.
that just like shakes up the industry.
I would really catapult them forward.
What if they suddenly become the leader in like water filtration for semiconductor manufacturing
Okay.
or air purification for like Hyperloop
They're talking.
transportation systems?
Vulture some niche markets.
Right. But the potential upside, if they
Because-
hit the right target,
Absolutely.
is huge.
Yeah,
I know it's a long shot,
it is.
but that's what makes it fun to speculate,
Of course.
right? The element of surprise,
Yes.
the potential for massive growth, the excitement.
It's all very exciting.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they're already working on this
Maybe.
behind the scenes.
Right.
They certainly have the ambition
Yeah.
and the resources.
Exactly. It's like a game of chess.
Right.
Trying to anticipate their next move.
For sure. But of
Yeah.
course, this is all hypothetical.
So that's financial advice.
This is not financial advice.
We're just having a little fun.
Just exploring the possibilities.
Yeah. Don't go betting the farm
Right.
on our wild speculation.
Do your research.
Talk to a financial advisor.
Make informed decisions.
Exactly. Make sure any investment you make aligns with your own goals.
Absolutely.
And risk tolerance.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. Well, that was a fun rabbit hole.
Yeah, that was fun.
Before we wrap things up for our listeners.
Okay.
What stood out to you the most from this deep dive into Atmos?
I think what impresses me the most is their ability to execute.
Okay.
In a tough environment.
Yeah.
Exceeding expectations.
Despite the headwinds.
Right.
Speaks volumes about their efficiency and their focus.
Totally agree. They're not just riding the wave.
They're creating their own momentum.
Yeah, and they're committed to that balanced approach.
Yes.
Right? Investing in growth.
Right.
Rewarding shareholders.
Right.
Transforming their supply chain.
It's a good setup.
It really is setting them up for long-term success.
For sure.
I'm really intrigued by the industrial filtration expansion.
Me too.
It's a really smart move.
Smart way to diversify?
To diversify and tap into those new growth markets.
Exactly.
And they're approaching it with that same discipline and strategic thinking.
Like they've done before.
Like they've shown in their core business.
It'll be exciting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what acquisitions.
Yeah, what acquisitions they make.
And how they leverage that expertise.
Right.
To become a major player.
It's like watching a company in its early growth phase.
Yeah.
Full of potential.
The potential.
Ready to disrupt. And that separation from Cummins.
Yes.
Gives them so much more agility.
Absolutely. More independence.
And independence.
To pursue their vision.
Yeah, they're shedding their old skin.
Exactly.
And emerging as like...
a force to be reckoned with.
A force to be reckoned with.
In the filtration world.
Okay, well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
We have.
Any final words of wisdom?
Do your own research.
Yeah.
Don't take our word for it.
Read the transcript.
Dig into the numbers.
Form your own opinions.
Make your own decisions.
Exactly. Informed investors.
Informed investors.
Are empowered investors.
Absolutely.
And this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Right.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Your insights.
Share your own trade ideas.
Yeah, your wild trade ideas.
We love a good debate.
We do.
And you never know, your next big investment idea might be right around the corner.
That's the beauty of the market.
The beauty of the market.
Always something new to discover.
Always something new.
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Stay informed.
Stay informed.
And as always,
happy investing.
Happy investing, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
For another deep dive.
Bye.
See ya.
I'm always up for some speculation.
All right, so we've been talking about Atmos's industrial filtration ambitions.
Right.
And, they've hinted at acquisitions, but they've been pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah, keeping their cards close.
About specific targets.
To their chest, for sure.
What if Atmos just throws us a curveball?
Okay.
And they acquire some company that is just like completely off the radar.
Interesting.
A hidden gem.
Okay.
With some like crazy innovative filtration tech.
I like this.
That could just shake up an industry.
Yeah, that would really change things up for them.
Imagine if they suddenly become the leader in like water filtration for semiconductor manufacturing.
Wow. Okay.
Or air purification for like
that's new
Hyperloop transportation system.
Yeah, but big potential upside if they hit the right target.
Exactly. It's a long shot.
Sure.
But that's what makes it fun to speculate.
Of course. Gotta have some fun.
Right. The element of surprise.
Yeah, the surprise.
The potential for massive growth.
The what if.
It's very exciting.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they are working on something like this.
Maybe they are.
Behind the scenes.
Right. They have the ambition.
They do.
They have the resources.
It's like a chess game.
It is like a chess game.
Trying to figure out their next move.
But of course,
yeah,
this is all hypothetical.
Completely hypothetical.
This is not financial advice.
Financial advice.
We're just having a little fun.
Exploring possibilities.
Just don't bet the farm.
No risky business.
On our wild speculation.
Always do your research.
Talk to a financial advisor.
Make informed decisions.
Right, make sure any investment aligns with your own goals.
Exactly.
And risk tolerance.
Well said. Couldn't agree more.
All right. So that was a fun little rabbit hole.
That was a fun one.
Before we wrap up,
okay,
for our listeners, what stood out to you most?
I think what really impresses me is their ability to execute in this market.
Yeah. It's tough out there.
It's a tough environment.
It is.
And they're exceeding expectations.
They are.
Despite all the headwinds,
Yeah.
I think that says a lot about them.
Totally agree.
About their efficiency.
Yeah.
Their focus.
They're not just riding the wave. They're like creating their own momentum.
Yeah. They're making things happen.
And that commitment to the balanced approach.
Yeah.
Right? Investing in growth.
Mm-hmm.
rewarding shareholders,
Keeping everybody happy.
transforming the supply chain.
It's a good recipe.
It really is setting them up for success.
Long term.
Long term.
For sure.
What about you?
I am really intrigued by the industrial filtration expansion.
Me too.
I think that's a really smart move
It is a smart move.
to diversify.
Diversify, yeah, tap into new markets.
Exactly. New growth markets.
And they're approaching it with that same, discipline,
Mhm.
strategic thinking
like we've seen before.
that they've shown in their core business.
It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what acquisitions they make.
Yeah, me too. What are they going to do?
And how they use their expertise
Right.
to become a major player in that space.
It's like watching a company in its early stages.
Yes.
So much potential.
Lots of potential.
Ready to shake things up.
And that separation from Cummins
Right.
just gives them even more agility,
Yeah.
independence,
Keeping to do their own thing.
to pursue their own vision.
They're shedding the old skin,
They are
becoming a new company.
a force to be reckoned with.
That's it.
All right. Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
I think so too.
Any final words of wisdom?
I would just say do your research. Don't just take our word for it.
Read the transcript.
Dig into the numbers.
Form your own opinions.
Make your own decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Informed investors
Informed investors.
are empowered investors.
That's right.
This is just the beginning of the conversation. It is.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Leave us a comment.
Your insights.
What are your thoughts?
Your wild trade ideas.
We love a good debate.
We do.
And you never know.
Yeah.
Your next big investment idea could be
Yeah.
right around the corner.
That's the beauty of the market.
The beauty of the market.
Always something new to discover.
Always learning.
Stay curious.
Stay informed.
Stay informed.
And as always,
Happy investing.
happy investing, everyone,
Until next time.
for another deep dive.
See you later.
You know, as we've been talking about Atmos
Yeah.
and their potential,
Uh-huh.
especially in that industrial filtration space,
Right.
it's got me thinking about the bigger picture here.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Well, filtration,
Yeah.
whether it's for air or water or other liquids,
Uh-huh.
it's not just about keeping engines running smoothly.
Right.
It's actually essential for a healthier planet.
That is a good point. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
ESG investing, environmental, social, and governance is becoming a major focus for investors.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Atmos is already playing a key role
ER.
in that space.
Yeah. Their products are helping companies reduce emissions,
Yeah.
conserve water,
Right.
operate more sustainably.
So they're not just a potential financial winner.
Right.
They're also a company that's contributing to a better world.
It's a good combination.
It's a very compelling combination.
It is.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything
I think so.
in this deep dive into Atmos Filtration Technologies.
We really broke it down.
We did. We dissected that earnings call
You did.
from top to bottom.
Hopefully our listeners are feeling informed
Yeah.
and ready to make some decisions.
And remember, everyone,
Yeah.
this is just our analysis based on the earnings call and publicly available information.
Of course.
We are not financial advisors.
We are not.
Please do your own research,
Absolutely.
your own due diligence
Yeah.
before making any investment decisions.
Couldn't agree more. We're just two passionate investors who love to break down these calls
Yeah,
and share what we see.
exactly. But ultimately, it's up to each individual investor
Yes.
to decide what's right for them.
Absolutely.
So as always, stay curious,
Stay curious.
stay informed, and
And
happy investing, everyone.
happy investing.
See you next time.
For another deep dive.
Bye, dear.
See ya, yes.